Hi everyone, I'm Laura from Gilware, and my role here is to head up the client advisors team. I've been here for about 5 years, and my role is to make sure that we give our clients the most accurate and transparent answers in terms of is it possible to recover their data, as well as what the cost might be. So today I want to talk to you about cell phone recoveries and the cost that comes with them. Now, there are two primary factors which the cost comes from. That is first the engineering hours, and the second is the replacement parts. So let's start with factory reset phones. Now, unfortunately, this is not a situation that we can help with. The manufacturers developed this as a way so that you can resell or repurpose that phone to a third party after the factory reset has happened, and you don't have to worry about your data getting in the hands of somebody it doesn't belong to. So that was a very intentional design. There is nothing that we can do to undo the process or recover your data. The second scenario is mobile forensics. So if you're in law enforcement or if you're an attorney handling a civil or criminal litigation case, we actually need to get you over to our forensic side of the company. They handle all of those cases and they'll be happy to get you helped out. The third scenario is I forgot my password or I found this old phone and I don't remember the password. Now, while it may be possible for us to brute force our way into some of those phones, we're not going to. And the only time that would happen is for a civil case, and that would be handled by our forensics side of the company. So now let's talk about situations that we can help with. iPhones and Androids, very common phones that we get in these days. Most of the time when the phones come to us, they've already been to a cell phone repair type of shop. And if you haven't done that, do that, because if they can help you, they're going to be cheaper than we will be. And if they can't help you, they will refer you to a lab like us. But that means that they've already been looked at by a cell phone professional. And so once they end up getting to us, they are going to be very tough to recover from. So we'll start with iPhones. iPhones in general are extra difficult because they are all encrypted. Now that means that we could pull the chips and read them, but the data is going to all be encrypted, so we won't be able to make any sense of the data. Because of that, we need two things. We need your password, and then we need to be able to get the phone operational. This is going to bring along a lot of expenses because in order to get that phone operational, we may have to source a brand new phone or a older phone in order to get replacement parts. So if you have one of the latest and greatest iPhones, and I'm recording this in fall of 2019, so the iPhone 11 just came out. That alone is about $1,400. So I've already gotten calls about failed iPhone 11s. So if we have to go out and buy a brand new iPhone 11 in order to have the possibility to recover your data, that's going to make the cost just skyrocket. And unfortunately, we also may have to contact you and tell you there's going to be an upfront fee in order to cover that replacement phone cost. It's not something that we want to do. We wish everything could be risk-free, but unfortunately it's just not a cost that we can take on. Now, if you possibly have one of the older iPhones, we can get those for a couple $100, maybe even cheaper depending on the model of it. But even that's the cost is going to add up. So in general, iPhone recoveries, they go anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000. Now let's talk about Androids. They are kind of a different beast. And the reason for that is because there are some models where they're not encrypted. And that means that we can pull the chips, read them, and have all of your data pour out. That's not as easy as that sounds, because these chips, they can be as small as the fingernail on your pinky finger. And it's literally going to require one of our most senior computer scientists under a microscope for hours, carefully removing all of the chips. And there can be more chips on some phones than others. So they'll have to carefully remove those, put them onto a new motherboard, and then try to make sense of your data. Now, while that's more straightforward than other cases, it still requires a lot of intricate work. Cost-wise, typically around $1,000. So around $1,000 when it's an Android that's not encrypted. When they are encrypted, they are handled very much like iPhone recoveries. So again, we may have to source a new phone and get it operational. We need your password, and the cost typically anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 is usual. Now, the easiest thing to do in order to get a firm price is just to send it in. So we pay to have it shipped to us. We do a free evaluation. We'll be able to figure out what you're dealing with. We will be as transparent as we possibly can in regards to the cost. And then you will have the ability to make all the hard decisions if you want to go through with it, or if it's out of your budget, we can just ship it right back to you. If this sounds like a situation you're in and you want to discuss more, or you're still a little bit unclear about the cost, then just give us a call. You could even email, chat, text, Facebook message us. You might even talk to myself, or if not, then another one of the client advisor team, and we will be happy to discuss your situation. Thank you.